Hello there. Welcome to my campfire. My name is Seraphine, the Midnight Bard, and I travel from place to place seeking the strange, the bizarre, and the unexplained. The past is an interesting concept, is it not? It cannot be changed once it's gone, and yet it can continue to affect our future in ways that are often out of our control. When we last met Smith Baker, he had twice chosen to forgo eliminating his targets, opting instead to behave more as a guardian than as a hitman. But no good deed goes unrewarded, so they say, and Smith's actions have caught the attention of some dangerous individuals. Come with me as we explore part 3 of I'm a Hitman, but I'm not allowed to kill my next target. Surprisingly enough, I have a lot more clients now than I used to. Did you know the demand to maim people is higher than the demand to kill them? Honestly, I don't know why more hitmen don't do it. I guess they figure the risk is too high. But I find whoever is hiring you, the abused wife, the estranged son, is willing to put in the extra work to make sure you don't get caught. Also, I've started wearing a hockey mask. You know, just to be safe. It's actually great. The victims are much more scared of me now. Something about a guy named Jason Voorhees sounds like a chill guy. So I've updated my credentials on the dark web, which is not nearly as scary as you guys make it sound. Sure, there's lots of drugs and porn, but there's also some really nice people on there. Like me. And on Tuesday evening, among dozens of messages from clients, there was a message from Silver4239. Please, call me. Number redacted. That was the entire message. Now, I understand not putting your desire to stab the hell out of your ex-boyfriend into writing, but this was shorter than usual. When I called, a young woman's voice answered.
I don't have long,
she said in a hushed whisper.
He's threatened me. I'm not supposed to talk to anyone.
Don't worry. What do you need?
I can't say more. Just come to our house, 12 Thistle Drive, on Wednesday night, at 10 p.m. The back door will be unblocked, and bring your switchblade.
I laughed. That's actually just my alias. I use a normal knife. It's a lot easier to... Hello? I shrugged and set down the phone. The house was much smaller than my usual clients. Probably won't get paid for this. I ducked around the bushes into the backyard. Though, I guess I could do it pro bono. She sounded pretty upset. I found the back door unlocked, as promised. I slipped into the dark kitchen, taking off my shoes at the entrance. The house was even uglier on the inside. The only nice thing about it was a huge painting hung next to the front door of a man standing on the beach with his child. She didn't tell me where to go. I shrugged, pulled out the knife, and crept up the stairs. The faint squeak of a door. I whipped around, but all the doors were shut tight. Which one first? I thought, glancing around the hallway. Judging by the cracks under the door, all of them led to dark rooms. And the rush of water. Ah, the bathroom. I grabbed the knob and twisted it. The faucet was on. Water was filling up the sink, splashing out on the counter, but the bathroom was quiet and dark. No one was there. I walked over to the sink. With a gloved hand, I twisted it off, and then, from behind me, from behind the shower curtain, a hand shot out. It grabbed me, pulling me back by the collar. I went flying. My head was slammed against the side of the tub. I tried to scramble up, but the cold steel of a knife pressed against my neck and I froze.
"You're early,"
a voice said. I looked up. A woman crouched over me, petite with brown curls and piercing blue eyes. She looked almost as if she'd gotten dressed up for this. Red lipstick and a long black gown. "No, no," she smiled. "You're the Black Widow, aren't you?"
"I prefer Ray,"
she said, pulling off my mask.
"Did you bring your switchblade like I asked?"
Her right hand nimbly felt my front pockets. No.
"Oh well, I thought it would be poetic to kill Switchblade with a switchblade."
She pushed the knife harder against my throat. "Why do you want me dead?" I glanced at the floor. My knife had fallen in the scuffle and lay several feet away. Damn it.
"Someone asked me to kill you. A family member of one of your victims, I assume. And they're willing to pay a lot of money,"
she replied.
"I need the money. It's nothing personal."
"But you still have enough money to buy fancy gowns to murder people in, apparently." She shook her head, her brown curls falling around her.
"No, I only have the one. I take care of all my victims in this gown."
"That's kinda gross." I wriggled my arm away from where it had been in contact with her and slid it underneath me.
"Don't worry, I clean it every time."
I laughed. Must be one hell of a dry cleaning bill.
"It's nothing personal, Switchblade. In fact, you seem quite charming, and under different circumstances."
Her right hand trailed up my thigh as her left kept the knife against my neck. I smiled back at her. "Yeah?"
"We might have a little fun."
My hand wriggled further underneath me until I reached my back pocket, but I maintained the intense eye contact with her, a small smile on my lips. She took the bait and leaned forward and kissed me. I yanked the switchblade out of my pocket in one motion and swung it forward right into her hand. The knife clattered to the floor.
"You bastard!"
she screamed. "Good luck stabbing me to death with your left hand," I laughed. I picked up her knife from the floor and began to walk away, but I underestimated her because she leapt up with the speed of a tiger and flew at me. This time, she didn't miss. We went tumbling down the stairs. I stabbed at her wildly. She clawed at me, bit at my arms, and then we reached the bottom with a sickening thud. She thrashed and shrieked underneath me.
"Let me go, you monster!"
"Shut up!" I pulled out her knife, and then I set to cutting off her right hand.
"Wait!"
she cried.
"Please, don't do it!"
"Too bad."
"No, please!"
She began to sob, mascara running down her cheeks.
"I used that hand to paint. My father and I, we paint together."
She trailed off into ugly, choking sobs. "You're obviously lying."
"No, I'm not. That painting by the door, we did it together. And..."
She shook her head.
"Just, please, spare me."
This is probably the stupidest thing I've ever done, but I actually believe her. I eased off her. Carrying her knife, I walked to the door. Before I swung it open, I saw the signature scrawled in the lower left corner. Ray and Harold Bradshaw, and heard her whisper barely audible above the wind.
"Thank you."